Hello, and welcome to another update video on Solana. Solana continues to grind in this wedge pattern. To be honest, it's not a great pattern to deal with because these patterns often indicate weakness, especially if the structure to the upside is not impulsive and we just can't break out above this pattern's upper boundary line. So I am watching for it. I'm definitely aware that this is an ascending wedge pattern and these indicate weakness. They can indicate weakness. But as long as we are holding relevant Fibonacci levels, especially Fibonacci micro support, the focus can still be on higher prices. We just all need to be aware that the structure might shift a little bit along the way, because normally when we're dealing with a structure like that, and if it's bullish, it's not an impulse to the upside. We're dealing rather with a diagonal pattern, and these consist of corrective sub-wave structures. Okay, why? Well, it is what it is. I have to tell you how it is. No, what I want to highlight here, I mean, this initial move up, I'm still considering this to be a fairly clear 5-wave move to the upside from the April low, which caused me to look for higher prices initially. So we had this 5-wave move up, 3-wave pullback, and yeah, price turned around where it needed to. But the move up afterwards ended as a 3-wave pattern. So this, what I've labeled there, wave 1, appears to be a 3-wave rally, 3-wave corrective rally, and then the pullback is a higher low so far, and then yeah, we could grind higher like this. But the thing is, this move to the upside is not impulsive at all. So basically what it means is this third wave internally would also be an ABC structure. And as you probably know, if you're familiar with Elliott wave, then you might know that these 3-wave movements are typically unreliable. Because they can shift easily, and there are just a lot of different corrective patterns that can play out, like just talking about an ABC structure, it could turn into a WXY or something, right? So whenever we're dealing with a diagonal pattern, be aware that the structure will shift. It's nearly guaranteed. And so that's what I'm tracking. So in a more bearish scenario, the first scenario, let's say we break out of this pattern to the downside, it would increase probabilities that we're just going to broaden this wave B or wave 2. So we could just simply fall back into this support area in which the price found support between $110 and $133. So this is an area to watch. It could also be that this wave 2 is being reset. So these are the two scenarios I'm watching. First of all, I would probably consider that this wave 2 is simply being reset and the wave 2 is unfolding as a broader ABC structure. But I have to say the move down from the August high does look like a nice and clear ABC pullback. So I'm leaning towards higher prices in a more direct fashion, okay? So let's take a look at the short-term chart for Solana. What you can see here on this chart is that I can identify from this swing high in August, I just showed you, in this B-wave pullback, I explained it, yeah, we're dealing with a 3-wave move up in wave 3. Moment. Trying to mix German with English here. So in this ABC structure to the upside, the C wave would be next, right? So this B wave pullback here might have ended, but I said to you yesterday, what I need to see as a first confirmation is a 5-wave move up. Don't have that at this point. I only have a 3-wave move up. While this move up was promising, maybe we just come down to retest the trend line, maybe. This move up at best would be a diagonal pattern as well, so it's not trustworthy yet. Not convinced that we've bottomed, okay? I'm not convinced. Therefore, I've added today a structure that would allow for one more low. I mean, we still have room in this support area. This is the micro support area here on the smaller time frame, $165.90 to $180.25. So I am watching for maybe the concept of one more low, okay? But it's highly likely as long as we only have 3 waves up. I think that's the best way how to frame it. And if we get one more low, it wouldn't change the structure. It wouldn't change the idea that this is a B-wave pullback. It would just mean that this B-wave is extending once more. And then the focus can shift to this area around $174.20, the 100% extension at $171.50, the ascending trend line, and the area around $166. And that is really the level that needs to hold to keep the bullish perspective there alive. that's the update on Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, I invite you to join us here on X for additional updates. You get additional updates, chart updates, on-chain data, interpretations of on-chain data together with Elliott Wave, looking more and more into that. So you find all of that stuff here on X. Feel free to join us. The link is in the description and in the comment section. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.